guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kearsey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. So, I left you off the other day where I didn't have a trailer. And some of these things that happen out here and you just want to scream. They told me that they wouldn't have any trailers until 8 o'clock in the morning, which was fine because I was pretty much out of hours anyway. So, I called them up at 5, asked them if they had trailers. I'm parked 2 miles away because I'm not allowed to stay at the customer. And I was told, yes, there's 5. I get to the gate that's 2 miles away, and she writes down 4 on the paper. Of those 4, I see 2 going out the gate. So I'm driving all around looking for 2 trailers in a lot full of like about 400, and I see one prime driver taken away, so I'm like, great, there's one more trailer left in here somewhere. I couldn't find it. There were 4 other prime drivers all looking for trailers too. We're in an area that is like 150 miles away from civilization. It sucks when you're in that kind of situation. We're a large company, so we have a lot of trailers. So I can't imagine what it's like for somebody that works at a company that has less trailers, what that would be like. Dispatch then tells me that they want me to go meet a driver and take his trailer. He's on a dedicated route, so he could actually go bobtail into the next shipper. And so I go to meet him. He calls me up. He tells me that he's 50 miles away. Now, Prime told me he was 2 miles south of me, and he told me, no, I'm parked on a little, like, cutout, like a little turnout thing on the side of the road. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what town? And he says, I don't know. So then he says, well, I'll give you the address of McDonald's that's near me. I'm like, okay, fine. Right? So he's looking and looking. We're on the phone for like 25 minutes where he's trying to come up with a way to tell me where he's at. And he's like, well, I'm on Highway 43. I'm like, yes, so am I. I'm like, what town are you in? Just send me a Google. You can go on Google Maps, find a location, like you can find McDonald's near me, and then you can share that link to somebody. That's all he had to do was text me a link or give me an address. I can type in the freaking GPS. But no, he didn't do that. So I'm asking him, well, what town? I got so annoyed because I was already 2 hours late for picking up my load that was 3 hours away. I wound up just telling him, look, figure out where you want us to meet, and then I'm just going to drive. You call me when you figure it out. So he calls me back maybe 20 minutes later and says, all right, you're going to go through traffic lights and I'll meet you at the gas station after the traffic lights. I'm like, what town? And he says, I don't know, but you'll see lots of traffic lights. Okay. And then I said, what's the name of the gas station? And he says, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to a town I don't know to see a gas station I don't know which one after a bunch of traffic lights, and I'm supposed to know where the hell I'm going. So I figure, well, it's a 1-lane each direction kind of road, so he's got a big prime trailer. We're going to pass each other. Worst thing scenario, I turn around, I'm bobtail, I don't have the trailer, so it'll be easy for me to turn around. So I'm driving, and then he calls me up and he's like, are you there yet? And I'm like, no, you didn't even really tell me where I'm going. And he says, I told you where to meet me. No, you didn't. You told me a gas station in a town I don't know after some traffic lights. I was like, I already passed 6 gas stations. This guy says to me, ma'am, you're making this so difficult. I'm making this difficult? You don't know who and where the freak you are, and I'm supposed to go meet you. I mean, it would have been, I should have just called Prime back and said, hey, where is this guy? Because he don't know. It turned out that I passed him. Now, how did I pass him? Because when he was at a it was a gas station, but it had diesel pumps, and it did have truck parking while he was there. Okay, instead of him parking in a truck space that I could see from the street, or even near the diesel pumps that I could see from the street, he parked the entire truck behind the building so I couldn't see as I passed him. Then he yelled at me because I didn't see him. So, tip to everybody, if you're going to meet people, know where you're at. Please give a location. Like, give a real location, have an address, use the Google Maps. It just, it's really frustrating when you're trying to find somebody and they don't know where they are, and then they want to blame you. So, I got a few more minutes here before my time comes back, but, I think I've been all over this week. I went from Jersey to Georgia, then Georgia to Illinois, then Illinois back to Ohio, Ohio back to Illinois. I'm pretty sure I went up to New York. Yeah, I think I did. Like Buffalo area. Being solo, though, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. And I have to be careful that, number one, I don't get lazy, because now I'm just like trying to sleep and I'm like, wow, like I slept like 8.5 hours. I've never done that in my life. And then you get up and you're like, wow, I don't really feel like getting up. I really don't feel like going and taking a shower, even as gross as that sounds. It's just like you just want to stay in bed. And it's like, do I really have to get up and go to the bathroom? Yes. Do I really feel like doing this YouTube today? No. Sorry if that sounds not positive, but there are going to be days like that you just, or even weeks, or even months. I mean, honestly, this is a hard job to get used to, and it's a hard lifestyle for some people. If you're really not feeling it, then it goes back to the other video about buying the truck. You don't know if you're going to be able to do this physically. I mean, we're not even just talking learning things or liking it or anything. This is a strange lifestyle to be in, and weird, it's a weird adjustment. And then when you add in things like winter time and bad weather, it just makes things a little bit crazier for some people. I mean, I enjoy it. I love it. To me, it's easy money once you get past that really difficult training portion. But anyway, that was my day. Oh, and then I got a little video I'll show you. I went and got the, when I went to get the trailer, the lines, the hooks, the brackets, I guess that's what they are, they're brackets, where you put the lock in and through the hole to lock the back of the trailer, they didn't line up. So I had to take a hammer and I'm whacking it to like get it to line up, and it made some really loud noises. So I don't know if I'll probably have to edit out the audio for that, because it'll probably like ruin your ears worse than my voice. But anyway, so tell me how your day's going. Where are you right now? Comment down below. Ring the notification bell. I know, how do I normally say that? Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I hope to see you out here trucking along. Bye.